Hi everybody. Welcome to my live. How's everybody doing tonight? If this is the first time joining, my name is Laura Rodrick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you for joining me. I go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then right after that, I will repost the video to my Facebook business page and also to YouTube. So welcome, and thanks for watching, everybody. I hope everyone had a nice Mother's Day. We had a nice Mother's Day here. Our weather's been really interesting. We don't get that much rain here, and it has been, hi Renee, it has been raining, and the forecast for the weekend was just, awful. We were gonna get 7 inches of rain and all this, gloom and doom. And then on Mother's Day, the sun came out and it was actually quite a lovely day. So it was perfect for Mother's Day. I was super excited. It's raining again today, but that's okay. We need the rain here in Southern Texas. So it's okay. And I always say, when it's raining on a weekday, it's a good day to be working. So can't complain about that. So I hope everyone had a lovely Mother's Day, and looking forward to the summer. It's the fun time of the year for me, I think. I love summer. And I guess that's from my Midwest background, right? You look forward to that season all year long. All right, so who's ready to craft? We're going to have some fun tonight. I'm super excited about what I have to show you tonight. Stampin' Up! Came with this crafting set. They designed it and came up with it, and I think it's super fun. So we're going to do some of that tonight, and I think we'll get started in a minute. First, I want to talk about the share contest that I have. Hi, Lois. I have a share contest every week. Hold on, let me see. Do I have volume on? Yes, I do. Okay. Make sure I'm coming up. I have a share contest every week. If you share my video, either on Facebook, my Facebook business page, on YouTube, everyone who shared, and please make sure you write shared in the comments because it doesn't always show up when you just hit shared. I put into a drawing for a prize. And so my drawing from last week, I was giving away the Zany Zoo set, and this is a super fun stamp set. And I'm looking forward to using this pretty soon. My make and takes, I had a team meeting yesterday, and we had some cards with this, so I'm super excited to start getting into this set. Anyway, our winner from last week's share, which was actually 2 weeks ago because I wasn't on last week. I had a really busy work week, and I had stuff going on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I couldn't go live last week. Anyway, the winner was Lois. So Lois, congratulations. I will put that in the mail for you. This week, I'm going to give away this set of gems. These are adhesive backed sparkle gems, and I don't know if you guys have seen these in the new catalog yet. Hi, Carol. But these are gorgeous. They're gold and silver and black, like glitter gems. They're called sparkle gems, and they are absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to start using these. So this is what I'm giving away next week. So please share my video, and I'll enter you into the contest. Okay. All right, I am going to turn the camera down and let's get started. All right, first of all, flip this. Hi, Kelly, how are you? All right, do we think that's pretty good? I think that's going to be good. All right. So the set that we're using today, let me show you the catalog that we're using it in. The annual catalog, which is great. Our set's going to be on page 91. And this is it right here. We have the stamp set and the die set. Super fun. Here's some of the samples in the catalog for these cards. All right, so this is what we're going to make tonight. I have this little painting, You Inspire Me card. We're going to do Life is Better When You're Crafting. I couldn't resist using this is one of my new favorite colors, this Berry Burst. Of course, I love any shade of pink. This little embroidery card that says With Love. So I think that's really fun and pretty. And then I'm just going to do this like little shadow box. And just Life is Better When You're Crafting. I thought, oh, this would be fun to put on my desk or on a little bookshelf. Because, we're doing Stampin' Up. It's got the little Stampin' Up things, and it would just be a nice little accent for the craft room. So we're going to make all 4 of those projects tonight. Let me put these aside and start getting out what we need. All right. here is the stamp set. I wanted to use like everything to cover all the crafts, but I didn't get to use the yarn or the sewing machine. But those are in there too. The hearts, really cute, flowers. Just, this is a really nice stamp set. And I love the little machine. That's super fun. And then the dies are even better because in addition to the things, you know, it'll cut out the stamps, but it's also got a ruler and the cutting thing. What do you call it? Paper cutter, paper trimmer. That's what it is. Okay, and so scissors, these little spools that the little thread goes on, basket, buttons, just really cute. And of course, who doesn't love little hearts? There's 3 different hearts and some stars and flowers. So really, really fun. And then there's a couple other dies that I have pulled out already because we're going to use them when we make the cards today. All right, so we're going to use those things for our cards. And then for the first card, I'm also using this new set. And this is the Countryside Corners dies. And this is just a nice, fun, concentric set for making layers. And then this is another concentric set that's out, this Nested Essentials die. So this is really fun with the little banner flags and just some different shapes that I haven't really had before or used before. So we're going to play with that too. I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are too. Playing with all the stuff in the new catalog. I'm loving all the new colors and all the new products. It's just been super fun. All right, so here's what we have for our first card. Okay, so kind of your basic card base, right? And this is Mossy Meadow. I love this shady green. I think it's really pretty. 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. All right, so that's our card base. The next layer I took, these are, the Mossy Meadow is a neutral color. So this is the Neutrals DSP. And I took a piece of this. We used this last week in the monkey cards too, right? Or 2 weeks ago. So anyway, I just have this pattern and this is 5 1/4 by 4 for the first layer. And then I used those dies I just showed you to cut a layer out of just basic white. And then this paper, which I think is really pretty, and I think those colors go together really well. This is from this set, which is Inked Botanicals, okay? So lots of fun. We're going to use several. You can see I've got it cut apart, right? We're going to use this one and this one and this one. Lots of really nice patterns, leaves. I think this is going to be really fun in the fall. Look at those pretty leaves in that nice fall color. Flowers and patterns on the back, polka dots, and this is just a really nice paper pack. So we're going to be using that tonight for these two. Okay, I have a piece in there. I think this is this is like a 1/4 sheet. So it's probably 5.5 by 4 1/4 or 5 1/4 by 4. But this is just for stamping, okay? So we're going to start by doing that. I also cut out one of those flags from the dice that I showed you in basic white that we're going to stamp our sentiment on. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is do that easel, and I want to start with this stamp set, okay? And this is just the flowers, and I think they're really pretty. Now with the stamp, I want to do them in different colors, right? Because I want the leaves to be green and the flowers to be a couple different colors. And you can kind of see that like right here, how I did that, okay? And these stamp, it has a texture to it, right? So I played around with a little bit because one of the things that you can do is you can just use your Stampin' Right markers and you can just, you know, color right on there and then stamp. I don't have good luck doing that, so I have better luck when I use the actual stamp pad. So I was playing around and I'm going to use Q-tips to put the color on here with my stamps, okay? So I've got a couple different colors. I'm going to do Calypso Coral because that matches this piece of DSP. That's Calypso Coral, so I'm going to use that. The other thing I looked at this week, and I just got these yesterday, was I ordered this from Amazon, these little Craft and Hobby foam swabs, because the first thing I did was try and use our little, what do you call these things? I forget what you call them. But anyway, these are just too big, right? And I was getting ink in the wrong places. So then I thought, well, what else has foam on it? And I ordered these, but I haven't had a chance to try them out. But these could be handy for it too, because they're just nice little foam sticks. But we're going to go with Q-tips because that seemed to work okay for me when I did it. So I've just got a cotton Q-tip, a cotton swab, and I'm just going to kind of dab it in the Calypso Coral and pick up some of the color. And I'm just going to color the small flowers with it. So we'll see how this worked. It worked pretty good for me this week when I was playing with it. And I think the color goes on nicely. The ink stays on there and comes out pretty good. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I had to use the Q-tips because the little foam things that I ordered hadn't come yet. And then I discovered, all right, well, the Q-tips, those work pretty good. Okay, so I've got the Calypso Coral. I'm going to use, let's see. Oh, did I pull it out? Where is it? I think I have Berry Burst, but that's not what I used for it. Melon Mambo, that's the one I want. Let's do that. All right, I'm going to do the Big Flower and Melon Mambo. And I want to get enough ink on there so that I get a good impression. All right, sorry, I know this is taking just a minute to get this on. And then, of course, I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow for the little leaves. So we'll try it. Now, you could try it with the markers if you want. And if you use a Stamparatus, if you have a Stamparatus, you know, you can just keep layering on until it looks good, okay? So a couple different ways to do that. All right, last one. Let me take another Q-tip and just do the leaves in Mossy Meadow. I feel like I need a little bit more ink in this pad. It's getting a little dry because I think I use it too much. But I think it's always a good leaf color. That's why I use it so much. All right, last one's right here. I've got them covered. Then I'm just going to huff on it and put it down on the paper and we'll see how it looks. All right, fingers crossed. And I want to kind of have it this way, like this. Okay, I think that came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now I did not pull all the pads that I needed to. I'm going to take the pecan pie and we're going to stamp the easel right around it. Okay. Excuse me. All righty. Okay. Yes, Renee, finger dauber. Thank you. I could not for the life of me think of the name of that. Thank you. All right, so I'm just inking this up in pecan pie, and this is just our little easel frame, and I'm going to just go right around the image that we just stamped. And right like that. First, I did this, when I first did this card, instead of using pecan pie, I used Pebbled Path, more of a grayish color, but then I decided I liked this color better, and it kind of went more with the colors. So then I switched it up and kind of changed the whole thing. Okay. All right, so we have that. Now I want to stamp You Inspire Me, and I'm going to do that in the Calypso Coral. Right on our little flag banner. Okay, then the other things that I'm going to stamp, I'm going to do the brushes. Did you guys see the little brushes stamped? So cute. I'm going to do that in Memento because I'm going to color a little bit. And I think I have enough room to do it right down here. All right. And I'll let that dry for a second. We're going to color it. The other thing I'm going to do is stamp the basket. And hopefully I've got room. So we'll just stamp that right here. Okay, let's color the brushes. So I just wanted the brushes to look a little bit more authentic. Where are my markers here? So I'm just taking some of these same colors like we painted with them, okay? So I'm going to take my dark Calypso Coral, and this is my Stampin' Blend, and just color this one in like that. And I took a little Mossy Meadow and colored this one. And let's see, I have a little Melon Mambo. And then the last one I have is, what is this one? The light Calypso Coral. Just for this little tip right here. Okay. And then I took a little bit of the Smoky Slate, and I'm just going to do the tops where it would be silver of the paintbrushes. And I'm just going to color that in, just those tops right like that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this dark crumb cake, just to do like the wooden part of the brush. Do they still make brushes like that where they're wood on the bottom? I think so. Not a painter. Not sure. And this one will make all the way crumb cake. Okay, so that's it for that. And I think we're done coloring. Let's put my markers aside. Okay, then we are going to need to do the die cutting. So I've got the easel die. We're going to line this up and we're going to cut it out. Get this lined up so it looks nice. A little bit of Post-it tape to hold it in place. Okay, then these dies too for the basket and the brush. So I've gone ahead and I've already cut one out for those. Okay, so I've got my little brushes, that's all cut out, and then the basket. Let me pull that out because I've got that cut already too. And I did it just for fun too because I like to play around. If I use the pecan pie, stamp the pecan pie on the pecan pie, and then the pecan pie on white. So I'm not sure which one we want to use on our card yet. On this card, I used white with the pecan pie. So we shall see. Let me get my little boho glue. See if this will fit. It will not. So I'm just gonna, I've already cut those other things, so I'm just gonna cut them off here. And it won't matter. I wanna make sure I can get this through my machine. All right. Sorry, there's just a little bit more. Isn't this machine cute? And they're still selling this machine now. I guess you can, before you could just get it with the starter kit. Now you can just buy it while supplies last. So that's fun. Okay. My Post-it tape is really sticking well. Okay, get that off of there. Okay. And it even cuts out, you can see these little pieces right here that it cuts out. So I think it does a nice job of cutting out the easel. All right, do we have all our pieces? The other thing, let me put this aside down here, is a couple of the Calypso Coral Hearts. And I used the one, it's got two hearts together. Okay, so it's one little die and it will cut out one of the long ones and one of the regular size ones. Okay, that's it. Let's start layering. So I'm just going to use a little bit of seal to put this first layer on the white. It's nice to have some new fun shapes to layer, I think. So we're going to do this like that. All right, I'm just going to put the easel down. I'm not going to pop it up or anything. I'm just going to use some seal for that. And then we'll pop up this whole big piece of white. So I'm just putting that on an angle. All right. So which one do we think? I'm going to do this one since I did the other, and then we can see which one we like better. All right. So I'm going to start by putting some seal on the back. And then I'm just going to kind of attach our brushes so they're just behind in the basket. And then I'll add a little bit more seal, just to put our basket, our little basket of brushes down here, and put our little flag. Was this a flag or a banner? I guess it's a combination of both, right? Or it could be either. And we'll just put this across here. You inspire me. Does anyone know an artist that inspires them? I do. Okay. And I'm just going to put the hearts, just a dot of glue. Hold on. I never get my glue started before I go live, right? I never remember that. Hold on, let me just put a little pin in here and get it going. All right. I need to get my nails done tomorrow. They're really long and they're really hard to work with. Okay, let's pop this up and put it on our card. I still have to put that other mossy metal layer onto. We'll just get some dimensionals here. All right. I like the designs on this new designer series paper too. I think they're fun. I started using this. I did it with the monkey set because, you know, when we had the demonstrator pre-order, there weren't a ton of DSP choices. So I just kind of went with the neutral, what works. Okay, so let me just put this here. Okay, and that's it. That's our card. So I didn't add any ribbon. I didn't add any bling. I kind of liked it just the way it was. Which basket do you guys like better? The solid one or the one with the white? I think I kind of like the one with the white because it kind of brings all the white together. All right, first card finished. Okay, let's do this pink one next. Life is better when you're crafting. All right, and for this one, we're going to bring in an old favorite, the Scalloped Contours dies for one of the little frames. So we're going to use that. And here's our pieces. Now I'm going to try something new with this one too. I guess, are you ever really finished designing a card? I just keep playing and playing and changing stuff, but I'm going to add a layer of silver, which I didn't do originally. Okay, so this is that beautiful berry burst color, and the same 8.5, 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So we have that layer there. And then I have this piece. Now this is like, it's a shimmer paper, and this, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. And let me show you the pack because it comes in different colors. It's a pack of 5. And so I've cut my pink apart. It's 1 sheet of each, right? So here's the colors. You have Bubble Bath, Berry Burst that we used. You have Night of Navy, Lost Lagoon, which is this one here, and then Pretty Peacock. So just gorgeous set. Now I tried die cutting because I thought, well, I'm going to do a die cut layer, but this does not die cut well, just FYI. It doesn't die cut well. It's almost because there's like little fibers. It's not like a, it's real like a soft paper. So it doesn't die cut well, but it cuts just fine. All right, so we have that piece. And what's the measurement for that? Well, I changed up the measurement because I'm doing it a little bit different. I used 5 1/4 by 4 on the card. And if you get the Make and Takes this week, I'm gonna give you this card like it is, even though we're playing with it. So anyway, 5 1/4 by 4, I thought, let's try some silver behind it. So we'll do a silver layer here. And then I'm gonna do a layer over it like this. Okay, because I thought, well, the silver will just add like one more thing. So let's put those layers down. I don't have that much silver left though. I go through silver and gold pretty quickly. Or I would just throw a piece in everybody's kits this week, but I don't think I have enough. And I don't think I can get it quickly either. So that's the reason behind that. Okay. So now we've got our card base. I don't like the way I put that. Hold on. That is not centered at all. Let's try again. So it's a little bit, you can see it's a little bit wider on the top and the bottom, and I'm fine with that because the way this is oblong like that too, I thought it looks good like that. So that's why I kept to that measurement. Let me see if you use the silver, what the actual measurement is of this one. So this is 3.5 by 5, this layer right here. Okay, so now we've got that all set. Let's start playing with our other pieces. So we have this layer, and I'm gonna do in the stamp, the Life is Better When You're Crafting in Basic Black. Then in your kit, I'm giving you all these little pieces. You'll have the stamp set and the die set, right? So you'll just cut all your die cuts out of these little pieces that I give you. And I've already cut them out. Let me show you what they look like. So I'm just going to put this here and show you. So we have our paper trimmer, right? So we've got that piece right here. And I stamped and then die cut with this piece right here, our little cut and emboss machine. This trimmer also comes with the little thing that goes up and down, right? The little blade piece. So trying not to lose that because I feel like that's something I could really lose easily. Out of the silver, I cut the scissors. Okay, that's the same. Hold on, I need the other one. that doesn't match. Okay, so we've got our little silver scissors right here. Okay, and then I cut it again in black, and we're going to use black for the handles. Okay, so we've got those two pieces. I have this little piece. This is from the Beautiful Balloon set, the DSP, and this just is 1 inch by 2 inches. Okay, so this is just going to be the paper we put in our paper trimmer. I cut a couple of hearts, this time in Berry Burst. So let me get those out. There's a lot of die cutting with this set tonight, but it goes pretty quickly, and I think they're fun, little fun die cuts. So let me get my other heart. And I do have a silver ruler that I've cut out. I don't know why it's curving like that. Let me see if I can straighten that out a little bit. And I think that's all the pieces that we need for the card. Okay, and you can see there's the heart I was talking about, the ruler, all these things that we die cut out, the scissors. Okay, so the only thing we're going to stamp then is our sentiment. Life is better when you're crafting. And let me clean my stamp off. Looks like I didn't clean it when I was done playing. Uh-oh. I should have left it because now it's hard to get the blue off. Okay. Memento. Let's see if I can get it straight up here in the corner. All right. Okay, now we can just start layering up our pieces. I'm just going to take a little bit of seal on this piece of Designer Series paper and just slide it into the paper trimmer. And I think I want it right like about there. See if that's straight. All right, then I'm going to take a little dot of glue, and if I didn't lose it, here we go. I'm going to put this little blade right about here with just a dot of glue. Just like that. Make sure it's straight. All right. Let that dry for a second. Let's assemble the scissors. Okay, this is a little trickier because they're kind of small. And like I said, my nails are kind of driving me crazy. So I've got this scrap paper. So I want to start by first, I'm going to glue this like this. So let me just add a little bit of glue right there. And when I'm open, about like, I like them open a little bit. So like right about like that. So I need that to dry a little bit for a second. Okay, now I'm going to cut off the handles. Let me get my snips. And I'm going to cut them off right about here. And this is the part that I think is a little tricky, because now they're small and I got to get them lined up, okay? All right, so I don't need those pieces anymore. So I'm going to use, have you guys tried this glue? This is Stampin' Up, and this is fine tip glue pen, and I just used it for the first time with this. And it's very skinny tip, and it's got the little needle that sits in there, so I guess it doesn't clog. We'll see. So I'm going to make sure I have the right size and add a little bit of glue to that. And I could also use my glue stick that I like to use, but we'll try it with this and just put a couple little dots. So this one's clear, so it's a little bit harder to see. So I'm just adding some dots of glue along here. And then we're going to put our handles on the scissors. Okay, we shall see. Now, I need, let me see what I've got here to play with. Okay, I bought a new toy because I thought it was hard to pick up, so I felt like I needed a little pair of tweezers. So I got this little holographic tweezer, fine tip. I got that on Amazon, and it was really cheap, very inexpensive. It came in a set of 2. And I felt like I needed that to kind of line it up here. I think it was like the set of 2 was like $6 or something, really inexpensive. Okay, but I just think with the nails and stuff, it helps me put it on just a little bit easier. Okay, that looks pretty good. I wish my scissors would stay flat. Try and bend them a little bit. Okay, not bad for a pair of scissors. All right, now there's one more piece. When you cut out, there's also the little dots that cut out. So I saved a little black one, and yes, it's a miracle I haven't lost it yet. And I think there's already glue on there, so I'm just going to stick it right here, just so I have that right, and just that little black dot in the center. And that glue is all going to dry clear, so we'll be okay. Okay, so, whoa. Hold on. Let me get this glue down. I glued it right to my paper. All right, let me move some of my toys and we'll start putting this together. All right, I'm just gonna leave it stuck to my finger for a minute. Okay, hold on. Things are starting to unravel. Dimensionals on the paper trimmer. And I'm going to have to assemble a second pair of scissors tonight too. So, and we'll put this on an angle here. I'm just going to glue my scissors, and I'll just add a little bit more of that glue on here. And here. Okay. And then I'm just going to glue that right like that. Okay, hold on, let me pull that. I'm just gonna hang with me for a second. Time to get out my blue glue pen. I'm gonna use it for the ruler. Okay, I think that's gonna stick. I'm gonna stick a mini dimensional under there too, since this has popped up just a little bit. Let me just put along this scrap my glue. Things are getting messy. And I'm gonna put my ruler right under here, like that. Okay, I need all you guys to stay down for a minute. Let me get a mini dimensional and pop that underneath. I got the dot. Is this a second dot or is this the dot? Hold on. Can't tell if the dot's there or not there. I may have two dots. I'm not sure. Okay. Let me just slide this little dimensional underneath to kind of hold this down a little bit. All right, that is better. All right, and then I'm just going to pop up our little machine. I punched so many, I stamped and cut so many of these in different colors because I didn't know what color I liked. I tried embossing them. I tried all kinds of different things because I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this. Because if you can see, it's kind of, there's a lot of shadow here and stuff. So it didn't look good embossed at all. I was like, that is not working out. So then I was just trying to figure out what color. I tried to do the color that it actually comes in, and I don't know. So I went with pink to match. Let's put a couple little hearts. You could do this in any color you want too. Whatever your favorite color is. Okay, let's pop it up, and then this card will be all done. We're going to add a little bit of that really pretty silver trim too. And that's the one that comes with gold and silver trim. It's an online exclusive. Okay, and let's use our ribbon and just make a little bow. Some of these ones that have the little pieces and little die cuts take a few extra minutes to make, don't they? But that is okay. I think it's worth the wait to have these pretty cards to send. And I think, I don't know, if you want this set, I would get it right away because I think this is probably going to be one that sells out because a lot of people in Stampin' Up are going to want it, right? Because it's a Stampin' Up set. So get it while you can. I'm going to get a glue dot just to put this on. And we'll just put this right up here. Okay, that's our second card. All right, do you like it better with the silver or just with the plain? I think I like it better with the silver. Okie dokie. Let's move on to the next one. Starting a little avalanche over there. Oh, Renee, what a good idea. Using a brad and the scissors open and close. That's genius. Wow. I don't think I have my brads handy right in front of me, but that is a good idea. And I think Stampin' Up has the little ones that are like this. They have black and they're little, and that is genius. I'm going to do that. Not right now, but I'm going to do it. Okay. All right. So the next one we're going to do is this card right here. And this is the With Love card. I wanted to use this embroidery set because I thought it was just so pretty. And I love these colors too. This is the first time I've used the Lost Lagoon. And oh my God, I love it. It's so pretty. Who knew? All right, so we're going to add Stylish Shapes dies for this. Okay. And I just used this largest square one right here. And then we're going to use this die, which is an embroidery hoop that comes with the Crafting With You set. And then the heart, I found this heart, and this is from, I keep talking about someday I'm going to use these Give It a Whirl dies, right? But I love this set because look at, it has 4 different size hearts, all of nice shapes that you can cut out. This is a really nice set to have. Clouds, look at these stars. And someday I'm really going to do a real card putting this together the way it's supposed to be too. But in the meantime, I like the little shapes and I use it for the shapes. Okay, so if you would like the make and takes from this week, $35 or more order placed with me by Saturday, and you'll receive the make and takes free. Okay, here's the host code for this week. That's for orders under $150. If you order more than $150, don't use the host code because you'll get Stampin' Rewards, and then I'll still send you the projects. Okay. So that's how that works. And also, the last project we're making with the little shadow box, I will send you the little shadow box too. All right. As part of your free make and take kit. All right, hold on. I need a drink of water for a second. Okay. So here's that gorgeous Lost Lagoon. And we're going to start with this. So I just cut this. This was 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/2. And then from that Scalloped Contours dies, again, one of my favorite die sets, I took the border right out of there, and then I just opened this up and I cut it with my die cutting machine right like that, okay, to do the border. So I cut it off, you can see about this much that I left there, okay, and then I have this piece out of that DSP I showed you that's going to go right here on the bottom, so it just barely covers it like that, okay. All right, so let's put that down while we've got it. I like this plaid. I think it's really pretty and goes so nicely because it's got the Lost Lagoon in the plaid. Okay, that's a little bit not straight, but that's okay. Okay, so this again has a lot of pieces, right? So I have a layer, and this is very vanilla. And this is 4 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then from the Inked Botanicals DSP, I have this piece right here. And this is 4 by 3 3/4. So that's just going to layer right on top of that. Let me see if I can get it with this skinny border. Okay, so now we've got that border set. Here's Calypso Coral that I cut that large square out of. That's the right size there. Okay, and then again, a bunch of pieces for die cutting that I'm putting in your kit, right? All these different pieces, okay? And this is the heart. I will cut out the heart, of course, to give to you. The only shapes that you have to cut out with die cutting is from the Crafting With You set. All the other shapes, I will die cut and put into your kit for you. And I've already die cut the bases for you as well. So that's all done. So you don't have to have a million stamp sets. You just need the one stamp set, okay? So I've cut out the heart for our sentiment. So the little pieces with the die cuts that we're going to do is I've got the frame So I cut this out of the Lost Lagoon, and it cuts out both pieces when you cut it. So you can see here that it cut out just like this, the whole thing, right? And I'll save these for another time. I'm just going to use the frame from that color, right? So I've got that. I've also cut out of Crumb Cake the little basket from the basket die. And then I've got the little spools. I'll pull those out when we're ready for them, and the little heart when we're ready for them. Okay. So I need a piece of white. Did I put that? Hold on. I put it aside. And that's big enough right here. This comes in your kit like this. And this is what we're going to stamp those flowers in again. So I'm using a little bit different color for the flowers again with the Q-tips. Okay. So let me get some new Q-tips out, and I'm going to start with crushed curry because that's one of the colors in this DSP. So more Q-tips. Again, the little flowers in crushed curry. There's 2 of them. Okay. And then I'm going to do Calypso Coral for the big one. Let's use the other side of the Q-tip here. Whoa, I stuck my finger in it. Hold on. Now I've seen people just do the whole thing in one color too, and that looks fine too. But I just like to have it in the different colors because I think it looks pretty that way. And these colors are kind of mirroring what's in the DSP as well. Okay, throw that one away. Okay, the next one is the Lost Lagoon. I'm going to do the last flower in Lost Lagoon, and then we'll use Mossy Meadow for the leaves again. So this is the one that's going to be Lost Lagoon. And I feel like this one's not going on as well, but it should be because this is a pretty juicy stamp pad because it's new. All right, one more just to make sure we get some color on there. Okay, back to the Mossy Meadow, and then we'll go ahead and stamp this on our little piece of white. Last one. Okay, fingers crossed again. We'll see. And I want to do this right in the middle of here. And it's a circle, so I guess it doesn't really matter as long as it's in the center. Good. I like that. You can see, let me show you a little closer how it's got that little texture to it too, right? And that's just in the stamp itself. It's got the texture. Okay, so let's die cut that out. Post-it tape. And the embroidery hoop. And we're just cutting out the middle circle, so it doesn't matter if this part's off the edge, right? I just want to make sure it's centered like this. And then let me get my machine again. I'll just quickly run this through. Sorry about shaking the camera. Okay. Perfect, right? It's got that little stitching around the edge. And then I've got this little piece, but I'm not going to use it for later because I didn't, it didn't do all the way. So I'm just going to toss that. Okay. Get rid of some of these other things. All right, so let's start putting things together. So I did not pop up any layers, so we can just go ahead and put this one down right like this. It's going to go this way, actually. These are nice cards. I mean, everybody has friends that craft with different things, right? Some people do the embroidery, although I see that less nowadays. But you know, people knit, people crochet, people sew, all kinds of things. So this is just a nice set. All right, so we've got that. Let's put our embroidery hook together. Start with the easy part. Let's do the circle just with some seal. Hold on. No, that's not where you go. Okay. So, whoops, not that it matters that much. I'm being a little picky here, but I kind of want it to face this way, and it's going to be the diamond. Okay, so I'm going to use my blue again, because that's just super quick and easy for me. Do the hoop. And I want this right at the top. All right, hold that for a second. All right, that can dry for a second. I think that came out pretty good. Let's stamp with love. And we're going to use Lost Lagoon. On our heart. Okay, now we can start popping up a couple things. And we'll start by putting our diamond. I feel like it stopped raining outside. We had some really heavy rain on Friday night. Okay, so that's going to go there. Let's pop up our heart. And we'll put that on an angle right about here. All right, now the basket, we're going to have a little fun with this, right? So I've cut out 4 of, this is crumb cake, the little spool dies that I showed you. So I've got 4 of those. And then I also cut out 1 of each of the embroidery colors that are in our fake embroidery. So I've got a Calypso Coral, I've got a Crushed Curry, a Lost Lagoon, and a Mossy Meadow. And I'm just going to take a dot of glue and just put these on each one of them. Whoa. My glue's fighting back. All right. Aren't those cute? Now you could also put real, hold on. You could also put some real, if you had something thin thread or linen thread or something, and just kind of wind it around the spools too. But I like the little color ones. I think they look so cute. It's fun to play with the little things, right? Okay, 1 more, and we'll have all our spools together. All right, there's our little spools of embroidery thread. Cute. I'm going to add a little bit of seal on the back and then just start arranging them. So it looks like they're just sitting in the basket. So I'll put this one here, and then this one kind of the other way, maybe a little bit higher. And this one. And then the last one. Fun, super fun. Okay, now I'm going to take some dimensionals and pop it up. And that'll kind of hold like a second layer of holding these things on too, right? Okay, I'm going to kind of put that on an angle right here too. All right, now we have our little spool. All right, and let's do a little heart. Another one of the Calypso corals, a heart on the heart. And gotta dig for it in my pile of die cuts. All right, is that everything? I think that's everything. All right. This one might be my favorite. I really like this one. I don't know why. Maybe because of the colors. I think I really like the colors for this one. Oh, it looks like, now what did I do last time? This is not Lost Lagoon. This looks like some kind of, what's the other blue? It looks like boho blue maybe or something. I like it better with this one because it coordinates better. Okay. None of my cards are the same tonight, right? Everyone is different. All right, last project. So we're gonna do this little box. Now you can do this any color that you want. I got these just these little wooden shadow boxes. It's nice. I got them at Michael's. They were cheap, right? Very inexpensive. It already came with this little thing attached to the back, right? So you could hang it here, or you could hang it like a picture if you wanted to put it on your wall. You can just sit it on yourself. You could add a little ribbon here too to it. But I thought this was cute, and I thought it would just be a fun way of doing this, right? So let's start getting our pieces. The other thing I added for this one is, you can see I used that same shape that we cut out before, but I also embossed it. And this is the embossing folder, and this is the Countryside Inn embossing folder. This is real pretty. I like this one a lot. All right, so here's the pieces. And let me tell you the measurements for this. This one's real easy to do. This one will go pretty quickly, okay? So I used Misty Moonlight cardstock. Hold on, I got a little bit of glue here. Misty Moonlight cardstock. This is 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. So this is going to be our background. We're going to build everything onto here. And then the Countryside Inn DSP, I took this little blue piece of DSP, and that's going to be our next layer on here. And we're just going to keep building up, right? A few layers. You know what I did? I think just to add a little more dimension, I put dimensionals on here. So let's do that instead, because we don't want it just to be totally flat in the back of our, we want it to, you know, come forward a little bit in our little shadow box. So let me add a bunch of dimensionals. Now, again, this is something, if blue doesn't go with your craft room, you could do it any color that you want. Just find a DSP that you like in your, whatever colors you like. That's the beauty of having the stamp set and the dies. You can just cut and stamp any colors that you want. Okay, so we'll pop this one up. Let's see if I can get it centered. Whoa, that is not even close. I'm totally on an angle. Hold on. All right. So it's a little wavy, but that's okay because we're going to put other things on top of it, so you're not going to notice that. I don't know why it got wavy, but it did. Okay. Here is that piece that I cut out, and I've already die cut it through with this embossing folder. And if you get the kit, I will emboss this for you already. Okay, so let's put this down. This will add a little bit of stability to our, I can't decide if I like the debossed or the embossed side better. So add a little bit of stability to our background here. So just like that. All right, now again, you're getting all these little pieces, right, to do your die cutting. We're going to need this little piece of DSP, and this is from that same DSP, the Countryside Inn DSP. And then from this same set, I got this little shape right here. Okay, and we're going to do our sentiment on there. All right, now all the little die cut pieces again. I've got another one of these. I've got another pair of scissors that we need to put together. Here's the black That's the part that takes the longest, right? This one I stamped in Misty Moonlight. A lot of different blues in this. And I need another ruler. All right, I've got another ruler. And is that all our pieces that we're going to use? Now, here's the question. Did I lose the other? And it looks like I did. Nope, I didn't. It's amazing. It's a miracle. Here's the other cutting blade. Okay, let's start putting this stuff together. I think we'll start with the scissors. That's the hard part, right? Oh, this is from Mother's Day when I was stamping those marigolds. All right, so let's get the glue out. All right, so let me put something on it this time to kind of hold it so it starts to dry. Scissor handles. This time, instead of using that skinny glue, I'm just going to go to my old standby because that works well for me. And use my little glue pen. But I am going to use those tweezers to pick it up because they're so little. All right. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, you dry for a minute. And I've got another little black dot. Let's see if there's still glue, and there is, except it's upside down, not that it matters. Okay, there's our pair of scissors. Let's let that dry for a second. Okay, so this time we've got, you can see the other side of that DSP too. I just wanted a little print DSP, something that had a very small print on it to put through. And we'll just put that like that and put our little blade on. Okay, stay. Okay. And I guess we will pop this up. I like to pop these up because the little dimensionals help hold everything in place also. Okay, just a little bit different than before what we're doing. Just kind of our layout. We're putting the scissors in a different place. And let's, while our scissors are still drying, let's go ahead and stamp Life is Better While You're Crafting. And this time I stamped an old, Night of Navy. So. And I'm doing it towards the top because I'm going to cut the bottom part off. Because I felt like it was just a little bit too big for what we needed, right? So I'm just going to take, my trimmer and just cut off a little bit of it. Just to make it a little bit skinnier. See if I can get this so it doesn't move. I don't know if I can. Stay. All right. Okay. So let's pop this piece up now. I didn't use a whole bunch of embellishments on these cards. Well, they have all the little pieces, so the pieces are almost the embellishments. I'm going to put this all the way down here towards the bottom, right about there. And then I'm going to put the ruler in the background. this way. Just hold that down for a minute. And then we'll pop our machine up. I was trying to figure out, is there a way to add any like little metal to this to make it a little shiny? I thought, well, maybe I'll just cut out a little silver thing right here, but it's fine, just stamped the way it is, I think. Okay, now we're ready for our scissors. And I'm just gonna take a mini dimensional and just have that hold our scissors in place. What did I do with my mini dimensionals? Let's see if I have another one here. Just grab one off of this sheet. And we'll put this right here. Okay, then just to add it, make it just a little bit higher, we will go ahead and add more dimensionals. All right. So yeah, I felt like I could have done more cards and maybe done, you know, the sewing machine. And Lois, you were saying on there for a quilter. Yeah, and you could even do, if you had the sewing machine, do like a quilt background and then put the sewing machine in a circle. I mean, I could have kept going with this for a long time. So fun. I'm sure I'll make more things with this. Okay, that is it. So then I added a little bit of embellishments to this card. So I have these, which are the In Colors dots, and I'm going to use the boho blue. There's all kinds of different blues in this, so they all match. So I'm going to take, just take like one here and one here. And I think these match perfectly fine with the different blues that are there. And so we've got that. And then have you guys seen this ribbon? This is the Misty Moonlight braided ribbon. So pretty. Okay, so we're just going to cut a couple pieces to decorate our little wooden frame. So let me cut 2 pieces. I'll include this in your kit too, of course. And then I'm using seal just to put it on here. You could use liquid glue if you wanted to. And then a little bit on the back. And then we're just going to lay this down. And I found that this does work, and it sticks and it stays. So, and go around the back. This one I'm going to cut off because we have that piece of, what do you call this stuff? I want to say jute, but okay, so that piece is on. Same thing on the bottom. And like that. And we've got our bottom too. All right, you guys, that's it. We have our cute little shadow box. And like I said, I will include, if I have plenty of these, so I will include this in your kit if you get the make and takes this week. All right. All right, so let me just bring back what we did this week so you can have another look before we go. We started with this cute little painter one. Different color. My colors are kind of all over the place this week, right? Nothing like matches or goes together, but that's okay. We did Life is Better with when you're crafting in 2 different versions. And then we did this little embroidery with love. All right, you guys, just a couple things before we go. Very, very quickly, that project measurement and supply sheet. If you want the measurements for this, just send me an email and I will be happy to email this to you. I'm going to be starting an email list soon so that people who want to join the list can get those every week. I'll just email them to them. That'll make things a little bit easier for people. Paper pumpkin kit. This time it's welcome in, and this coordinates. You can see these shapes that we just used and some of this paper that we just used. So it does coordinate with the what's the name of that site again? The welcome, the Countryside Inn. So this is called Welcome In Paper Pumpkin. There's also some dies, a set of 3 dies that you can order. Here they are right here. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can order these as an add-on. I think they're $6. So that's what's going on with Paper Pumpkin. If you place an order of $35 or more with me, in addition to the Make and Takes, I will also send you the Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial from May. And these are a group of demonstrators that do cards. And it comes with the instructions and pictures for all of these different cards. So super fun. This is the card that I made and that's in this set. And then lastly, next week, we're going to do beautiful balloons. So we're going to go ahead and make these cards next week with the beautiful balloon set. And we'll also be making a little birthday cake chapstick holder and a birthday cake, what do you call it? Kit Kat. So those will be our projects for next week. I hope you can join me. And you guys, thanks for crafting along with me tonight. I appreciate when you guys watch. And have a good week, everybody. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.